In the archives of Philadelphia's Homicide Division is a case file that has haunted investigators for over 6 years. A child's body discovered in circumstances so disturbing that seasoned detectives still refuse to discuss the details. What began as a routine search in Fox Chase became an investigation into something far more sinister than anyone could have imagined. Before diving deeper, don't forget to subscribe for weekly mysterious content. It was February 25, 1957, when the discovery was made in the woods of Fox Chase, Philadelphia. A young college student named Frank Guthrum was checking his muskrat traps along a drainage ditch when he noticed something that would change his life forever. Wrapped in a flannel blanket and stuffed inside a large J.C. Penney bassinet box was the body of a small boy. The child appeared to be between 4 and 6 years old, with light brown hair that had been recently and crudely cut. His body showed signs of severe malnourishment and multiple injuries. The Philadelphia Police Department's initial examination revealed bruising across his face, arms, and legs. More disturbing was the evidence of what appeared to be surgical scars on his groin and ankle. Detective Samuel Weinstein, who led the investigation, noted several peculiarities about the scene that troubled him deeply. The boy's fingernails had been carefully trimmed, and his body had been recently bathed. Someone had taken great care to clean him before placing him in that makeshift grave. The flannel blanket was expensive, far too costly for someone who would abandon a child in the woods. What made the case even more baffling was the complete absence of any missing person reports matching the boy's description. No one had reported a child of his age and appearance missing anywhere in the Philadelphia area. It was as if he had simply materialized in that bassinet box with no past and no identity. The autopsy revealed that the boy had died from blunt force trauma to the head, but the pattern of injuries suggested prolonged abuse. Dr. Joseph Spellman, the medical examiner, found evidence of old fractures that had healed improperly. The child had been systematically tortured over a period of months, possibly years. As the investigation deepened, strange details began to emerge that made no logical sense. The bassinet box itself became a crucial piece of evidence. It had been purchased from a J.C. Penney store, but when investigators traced the serial number, they discovered something impossible. The box had been reported stolen from a warehouse 3 months before the boy's estimated time of death. Detective Weinstein's team canvassed the entire Fox Chase neighborhood, showing photographs of the boy's face to every resident. The response was always the same: no one had ever seen him before. Yet several witnesses reported seeing a small boy matching his description, playing alone in the woods during the weeks leading up to the discovery. Mrs. Eleanor Hoffman, an elderly woman who lived near the woods, provided the most disturbing testimony. She claimed to have seen the boy on multiple occasions, always alone, always wearing the same blue corduroy pants and white shirt he was found in. But when she tried to approach him, he would vanish into the tree line as if he had never been there at all. The investigation took an even stranger turn when forensic analysis of the boy's clothing revealed traces of a rare industrial solvent used in hat manufacturing. This led detectives to Philadelphia's Hat District, where they discovered something that challenged everything they thought they knew about the case. A factory worker named Thomas Brennan came forward with information that would haunt the investigation for decades. He claimed to have seen a man carrying a large box into the woods on the night before the body was discovered. But when shown photographs of the bassinet box, Brennan insisted it was different. The box he had seen was smaller, wooden, and appeared to be handmade. The forensic evidence began to contradict itself in ways that defied explanation. Hair samples taken from the boy's head showed traces of a professional-grade hair dye, suggesting his natural color had been altered. Yet, chemical analysis revealed no dye residue on the individual strands. The boy's fingerprints were run through every database available, but yielded no matches despite being perfectly preserved. Perhaps most unsettling was the discovery made by Officer Margaret Collins during a routine evidence review. Hidden beneath the bassinet box had been a small piece of paper with a single word written in what appeared to be the boy's own handwriting: "Help." The paper had been folded 17 times, compressed into a tiny square no larger than a postage stamp. The investigation expanded to include hospitals, orphanages, and foster care facilities across the eastern United States. Every lead ended in frustration. The boy had no dental records, no medical history, no documentation of his existence anywhere. Social worker Catherine Murphy, who specialized in missing children cases, described it as impossible. Every child leaves traces, she insisted, but this boy had none. As months passed, the case began to attract attention from federal agencies. The FBI became involved when similarities were noted to other unsolved cases involving unidentified children. Agent Robert Sterling's report, later classified and sealed, apparently contained information that immediately escalated the investigation to the highest levels of government. The breakthrough that wasn't came in October of 1957. A woman named Martha Klein contacted police claiming to be the boy's mother. Her story was detailed and emotionally convincing. She described how her abusive husband had beaten the child to death and forced her to help dispose of the body. Klein even led investigators to the exact spot where the bassinet box had been found. But when detectives attempted to verify Klein's story, they encountered a wall of impossibilities. The address she provided didn't exist. The hospital where she claimed to have given birth had no record of her. Most disturbing of all, when Klein was asked to view the boy's body, she identified him confidently as her son Jonathan, but then provided details about his life that contradicted the forensic evidence. Klein's polygraph results were inconclusive, showing patterns that the examiner described as unlike anything he had encountered. She appeared to be telling the truth about events that could not have happened. After 72 hours of questioning, Klein suddenly recanted her entire story and disappeared. Despite extensive searches, she was never found. The case took its final disturbing turn when Detective Weinstein made a discovery that would end the official investigation. While reviewing crime scene photographs, he noticed something that had been overlooked for months. In the background of one photograph, partially obscured by shadows, was the outline of a second bassinet box. When investigators returned to the scene, they found nothing. The ground showed no signs of disturbance, no evidence that anything had ever been buried there. Yet the photograph clearly showed the edge of what appeared to be an identical container. The negative was examined by experts who confirmed it had not been altered or manipulated in any way. The final report on the boy in the box case was filed in December 1957. The official conclusions stated that the victim remained unidentified and the perpetrator unknown. But Detective Weinstein's personal notes, discovered after his death in 1989, revealed his true findings. The boy had existed and died, but according to every piece of evidence, he had never been alive. What do you think really happened to that nameless child found in the Philadelphia woods? Share your theories about who he was and why his very existence seemed to defy explanation. Subscribe to explore more cases that challenge everything we think we know about reality.